Okay, guys, I just realized there is one other way that you might prepare your black and white artwork for use, especially when you know you're going to use it in Illustrator. And this will help keep the file sizes a little smaller. And if you know you're going to use it kind of in white lettering or white illustration over top of a different background, we can do that pretty easily and keep the file size smaller and not deal with the way sometimes Illustrator will handle rendering out PDFs and stuff with a transparent layer from Photoshop that's brought in. So let's just jump right in here and show you. This has already been adjusted with curves to get rid of the details and the highlights, and I have an adequate amount of contrast now. I want surface detail in the dark areas, not in the white areas. I still have a little bit left though of some tonal variety in there, which is good. So we're going to invert this, and that's what I'm going to save my file to as a TIFF image. Let's make sure we save it as a TIFF. I do not want it saved as a layer. I want to flatten it, otherwise I can't colorize it properly. So at least I believe that's the case. So let's go ahead and make sure that we save it flattened as a TIFF file. Now I've saved it. I'm going into Illustrator, and let's look at putting this image in Illustrator over top of that boy image. Now I'm going to find where I have put it. I have it here. Let's drag it into Illustrator. It looks like it has saved it in the wrong area. We'll save it to the desktop, over top. Yes. Okay, let's go back to, here we go. We've got it dark now, and what we're going to do is set the blending mode to screen so that it's going to lighten the background wherever the values are lighter than the background. Those are the values it'll show, and it'll eliminate anything that is darker than the background. Problem here, we do not want that box around it. Have we made a mistake? No, those dark values are 100% black, but it will fill our object in Illustrator. It'll fill our black and white document with whatever color we assign to it. So if we assign red to this and give it a fill of red, then that's the color that we'll have. That's the color we should have. And this is not cooperating. Why are we not cooperating? If this was truly... now you see the problem. You cannot colorize an RGB or CMYK image in Illustrator. If it's truly black and white and grayscale, then it will work. So let's go back and see how this behaves now. There we go. Everything that's black will be filled with the color you choose. Wonderful. Especially if you want to bring in black type and then give it a color, and then you could set it to multiply over the background, and the white box would disappear. But it will also show some of the background through kind of a transparency effect. Just have to know that that's what you want. So what we're going to do is go back to making this black. We're going to invert that to make our type white, not multiply, screen. I want a screen. But we'll look up in the color palette now and find out that the black channel is 100%, but none of the other channels have color in them. So that is not deep enough of a black to register properly with the screen mode. Now, as soon as I apply 100% to all channels, that's the same if it's an RGB. If it's RGB, you want to make sure all of those channels are slid over to the maximum amount to make it pure black. Once you have solid black in whatever color mode you're in, then you can apply the screen mode, and it'll register properly, and you'll see what you're looking for. Again, you can do the same thing in here. You can copy that and then paste in front, Command copy and then Command F to paste in front, and then you'll get a second copy of it. I don't think it worked. There we go. So now you have a second copy on top and you'll make it more solid. That's an easy way to do it. Okay, hope that was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon.